What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my Baltimore Ravens 2021-2022 NFL season predictions. Sorry that I haven't been uploading as much. I've just been dealing with some personal issues, just some personal stuff. But I'm going to be starting uploading a little more. Not a face cam today, just for personal stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get into it. Started off the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, like I said, sorry that I haven't uploaded in 5 days, but I'll start to upload more often and we'll be doing these predictions. Let's get into it. Starting off the Baltimore Ravens, we did the Steelers and the Bengals. Go check out those videos and let's get into it. The Baltimore Ravens, week 1 against the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they take this win. The Raiders are still figuring out how to. They still have a bad defense, and they don't have great weapons around Derek Carr, who, by the way, is being hated. Who is a little overhated by Raiders fans. I don't think he's the reason why the Raiders aren't doing that well. I think it's the surrounding team. So I think the Ravens will win. They play the Chiefs in week 2. Chiefs-Ravens games are always overhyped. The Chiefs win every single time. Last year, it was a blowout. Not so much a blowout, but the Chiefs won by a sizable lead. The Chiefs will win this game once again. They will, in week 3, they head to Detroit. They play the Lions. They will take that win, obviously. Much better than the Lions. The Lions are a mess. They're rebuilding. I don't really know because they don't have – they're not okay. They're just not in a good situation. The Lions, they got a new coach. They could have a bright future, but then again, it's the Lions. Week 4 against the Broncos upset the Steelers. They won't upset the Ravens. Ravens will beat the Broncos, and that's a very obvious statement unless the Broncos make a splash this offseason, like trading for Aaron Rodgers. But I don't think they will, and I think the Ravens will be able to beat the Broncos. In week 5, they play the Colts. This one could go either way. The Colts, I think, have the better defense as of right now. The Ravens, they lost Yannick Ngakoue at the beginning of last season. And they've been missing a lot of pieces. Calais Campbell's getting up there in age. Marcus Peters is getting up there in age. They don't really have a safety game, and the receiving core still is atrocious. Sammy Watkins isn't going to do much. So I think I'm going to go with the Colts. I think they'll be able to stop the run against Lamar Jackson. It will be very difficult for the Ravens to start a good running game because the Colts do have a great run defense. I think, of course, defensively, I think the Colts are a bit better. Offensively, it could go either way. The Colts have a better, I think, running backcourt, but then the Ravens of Lamar Jackson. So either way, 2 very evenly matched teams, but I'm going to go with the Ravens or the Colts. And then week 6 against the Chargers, I think I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one. I'll go with the Chargers because I like what the Chargers have. They have a lot of pieces around their star quarterback, Justin Herbert, former Rookie of the Year. They have good pieces around them. I mean, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Jared Cook, Austin Eckler. I think the Chargers will be able to pull it off. Week 7 against the Bengals, I think they'll win that game, and I think they'll end up sweeping the Bengals. And then week 9 against the Vikings, I'm going to take the Vikings. I think the Vikings, their defense is much improved. We all know they got Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins is an underrated quarterback. And then, of course, Dalvin Cook. They also prioritize the offensive line, so give me the Minnesota Vikings. In week 10 against the Dolphins, I think they'll narrowly defeat the Dolphins. This will be a very, very good game, and it will not be like the 2019 game where the Ravens won 59-10. This will be a closer game, all right? This will be around 34-31, around that range. Dolphins, I guess, have an underrated defense. You could say what you want, but I think the difference is the quarterback. I think Lamar Jackson can throw the ball better than Tua Tagovailoa, and it does help that Lamar Jackson can run the ball better than Tua Tagovailoa. I think the Ravens have the better running core, and maybe I think it could go. I think the Dolphins have the better receiving core, but I think the Ravens will win this game. They play the Bears week 11. That'll be a win. They'll beat the Bears. The Bears still need to figure out. Allen Robinson is great. Darnell Mooney's progressing, but they still need work on the offensive line, still need work in the secondary on defense. And I don't love the coaching staff. I don't love Matt Nagy. I don't think he's a great coach, so give me the Ravens. And then in week 12, I think they're gonna beat the Browns at home, just because I don't see either team sweeping each other. These two teams are too good for each other to sweep. I think they're too good for either team to get swept. It would be like saying the Chiefs, or it would be like saying down here in the NFC West, it would be like saying the Rams would sweep the Seahawks or the 49ers would sweep the Cardinals, something like that. But I don't see either team sweeping each other. And then week 13, we did this in the Steelers video. I think the Steelers get the upset. Just like this. I think the Steelers, they swept them last year. They didn't lose much. Just Big Ben got regressed. In the O-line, of course, regressed. So, but I just think the Steelers will not be as good as last year. But I think they'll get the win. And then in week 14, the Browns will beat the Ravens. Just like I said earlier, it could go either way. I mean, maybe you see that, but I think it's going to be 9-6, and the Ravens beat the Browns. Week 15 against the Packers, I think they get the upset on the Packers. I like the Packers. I think they have a good team, and I don't care if Aaron Rodgers is on the team or not. I don't think the Packers have a good team. They have a good team, but I don't think it's great, all right? The O-line, they lost Corey Linsley. I mean, Aaron Jones is a pretty good running back, not amazing. They didn't add help at receiver. All right, Amari Rodgers is okay, but he's not going to make an immediate impact. And then on defense, it's there. All right, it's still a great defense. It's still fringe top 10 possibly, but I think the Ravens overall are the better team. And other than Devontae Adams, the Ravens are probably better in every place on offense. But this could go either way. And then week 16, they will beat the Bengals. They'll sweep the Bengals. And then in week 17, they'll lose to the Rams. They blew out the Rams in 2019. Lamar Jackson's MVP campaign, I think 45-6. But the Rams are improved since then. And the Rams aren't much improved. Of course, they've added Matthew Stafford. And then the defense, you look at the defense, the Rams already got a great defense. And then the Ravens, they just got worse. All right, they got figured out in the running attack. I think 10-7 is pretty accurate for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, time inspired by the NFL Addict, best case scenario and worst case scenario. Let's get into it. Best case scenario, we'll start off. A best case scenario, I think they sweep the Steelers, beat the Chargers. That's the highest I can go. And beat the Vikings. 13-4. And then beat the Colts too. 14-3 is best case scenario. If anything goes like 2019. Worst case scenario, worst case scenario, they lose to the Packers. They lose to the Dolphins. Yeah, and they get swept by the Browns. So 7-10 is worst case scenario. But obviously that will not happen. And where is the last one? All right, 10-7 I think is accurate. 4-2 in the division, 7-5 in the conference. This is right where I see the Ravens being. They were 11-5, I believe, last season. But this season, I think they're 10-7 is good for them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below what you think about this record. Do you think they'll be better than 10-7? Do you think they'll be worse? And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.